Hello everyone. Today I have some Deep Light watercolours that arrived yesterday. This set is called the Misty Garden set. This arrived in this lovely little sliding lid tin, together with lots of little dots, coloured dots. So I've pulled out the colours that I haven't yet had, and I'm going to be adding the colour dots to my beetle diary that also comes from Deep Light. So we're going to swatch those first, and then I am going to swatch the 6 colours that are in the Misty Garden set. So let's make a start by doing these colour dots first of all, and I would like to share with you, this is another tin that I got from Deep Light. Look at all these. So I keep all of the colour dots, and if I want to be really minimalistic when I go out doing some sketching, and it really is more pen and wash type sketching, then I use these little colour dots because, you know, precious paint, and we don't want to waste them. So I will be adding these to my tin. So, as usual, it did say to wet these with a few drops of water before we use them. But let's just spread these out so that I can put a little drop of water on each of them. So we will pop a little drop of water on each of these to start activating them. So I've got quite a lot of new colours here that I don't own. For those of you that haven't seen me before, I do actually have all of my Deep Light watercolours swatched onto the Painter's Colour Diary. This is the large Painter's Colour Diary, 9x12. So I will also be adding in my new half pan. So I only put the half pans in this one. But colour swatching can be very mindful, it can be very relaxing, and it's always fun when you have new paints. So this first colour is called Captain's Grey. So we'll try and get a nice lot on the brush there. Oh yes, that's quite different to the Natasha's Grey, which is up here above it. Natasha's Grey has definitely got some blue in it, whereas this one is more of a grey, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to let that dry over there. What have we got next? Albert's Muss. Yes, or it could be moss, but it looks like a U. It is Albert's Muss. So let's just get that activated. Well, this looks like a very interesting colour. How would I describe this colour? Well, it's a little bit like heather, I suppose. It's a kind of a pinky grey brown. There we go. That's my way of describing it, a pinky grey brown. That is rather a pretty colour though. That is Albert's Muss. Then we're moving on to Burgundy Ochre, which is here. So let's just try and pick you up carefully. I love these colour dots because they help me to, you know, choose new colours, and it's so much nicer to do it like this than just go by a colour on a website. That is nice. That is a mustardy colour. I like that. Burgundy Ochre, very pretty. Then we have got Manna Red. Now, I don't usually have very many reds in my paints or in my coloured pencils either. Gosh, these are quite tricky to pick up off of the flat surface. Here we go, Manna Red. It looks like it's quite a deep red, quite a nice red. Okay, here we go. Oh, now that is kind of more my kind of red because it's not too in your face. That's very nice. Oh yeah, oh look at that against the Burgundy Ochre. Those two go really nicely together. Then we've got more of a bright, what looks like pillar box red, Mayan red. Let's have a go with you. Oh, it looks like it's quite a transparent red. That's very nice, actually, for a red. What have we got next? Lagoon Green. This one's quite creamy. Lagoon Green. We'll ignore that little mark on my page. Oh, I like that with that Mayan red. And I don't know why I did the Natasha's grey and the royal yellow, because I've already swatched those. I've got those. So we'll just move them out of the way. So our last colour dot is Mineral Blue. Which looks like it's going to be very pretty. Looks like something's bled through there, but we will ignore that. Okay, so those are our newer colours. I'll bring them up even though they're wet, and then I will bring them up once they're dry as well. That Mayan red I've just seen on my camera is glowing rather a lot. It's not quite so glowy in real life. So Captain's Grey, Albert's Muss, Burgundy Ochre, Manna Red, Mayan Red, which is, it's definitely showing brighter on the screen than it is in real life, Lagoon Green, and Mineral Blue. So those are my latest colour dots. So we'll just let them dry, and while they're drying, let me move it over to one side. We will unwrap our latest colours, and I'm just going to find a fine liner to write on the side. Have I got a 0.3? Let me see. 0.1, that'll probably do. Okay, so this colour is called Peach Blossom. Oh gosh, that is very delicate. So I'm just going to write on the side. Nope, that pen's not working. Let's find another pen. 0.3. That one's working. Peach Blossom. So we've got Peach Blossom. What else have we got here? This is called Bat. Ooh, that one's looking interesting too. There we go, there's Bat. This is Flax. Now, Flax was one of the colour dots that I received last time I bought a little set of 8 from Deep Light. And I really loved Flax, so now I've got the half pan. Flax. This is called Fly. I love all the different names that they give them. Oh, there we go, there's Fly. What else have we got? Mint. Mint, okay. We will label that up. There we have Mint. And our final one in this set of 6 is called Butterfly. These look like quite pastel colours. And I don't really have any particularly pastel colours, so these will be completely different to what I already have. Butterfly. There we have Butterfly. Okay, so those are now ready for us to swatch. So before we move on to swatch the Misty Garden set of 6, these are now dry. So Captain's Grey, Albert's Muss, Burgundy Ochre, which I adore. I like Manna Red as well. I love the Lagoon Green, and I like the Mineral Blue. So there are more there that I like. You'll notice that as I buy them, I put ticks against them. So there we go, that's those. So let's move on now to swatching these 6 colours. And let's just make sure that I'm nicely in shot. So we're starting with Peach Blossom. Actually, I need to just add some, move them over, water to these just to get them activating. Peach Blossom looks very pretty as I'm wetting it. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, that is lovely. That is a truly delicate pink, but it is gorgeous. Peach Blossom, lovely. Right, Butterfly, where are you? Here you are. This is Butterfly, I do believe. Yes. So that's, what's another creamy one? Well, that's an interesting colour. But I think I'm right. I think these are all going to be very delicate colours. Then we've got Mint. So I would say these are definitely pastels. Right, that's Mint. Now, where's Bat? There's Bat, yes. Oh, that's very nice. Pretty. Okay. Moving on to Flax, which I had a colour dot of, and was really the reason why I ordered this whole set. Because I wanted flax. Because I think this is just a stunning colour. There's Flax. And then finally, Fly. Oh, this is quite interesting. It's I think there might be more than one colour in here. Oh my gosh, I can feel the granulation in it. Wow. Oh, yes. That is something else. I'll bring these up wet. I'm going to have a bit of a play on this side of the page. And then we'll come back to them when they're dry as well. So let me bring these up close. Peach Blossom Butterfly. Got a greeny, yellow greeny tinge to it. Mint, just as you would expect it to be. Bat, that is lovely. Flax, stunning. And then can you see what's happening with fly? We'll let that dry though. But isn't that brilliant? In fact, bat seems to be quite similar to... No, it's not similar to Albert's Muss. No, it's very different. Right, we need that to dry. And we're going to go on this page and let some of these colours mingle and merge and see what happens, see what we get. Which is what I like to do. I like to see how they all play together. Okay, one. Two. I'm kind of trying to put them up against each other to see what happens. Let's get a bit of the mint in here. Okay, and we've got our bat. And finally, this marvellous fly that is so granulating. So let's get you up against the yellow, a bit up against the mint, a bit up against the blue, a bit up against the pink. Wow. So let's tilt it a bit and let it merge a bit. Oh, I can see that. That is so delicate and pretty. Right, I'll bring this up wet. And then I will bring both pages up once they have dried. But I think these are very pretty. So let's let these dry and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, so these are now dry, or mostly dry. Peach Blossom Butterfly, mint, bat, I love that, flax, And then this really interesting fly with its granulation. So those are our 6 colours, very delicate. And then here we are where I've just let them all merge and mingle to see what happens. And very pretty, I think. Yeah, really like those. I've also swatched them down here in my painter's colour diary. You can see that these are pretty opaque colours, so they're not transparent. These are more opaque, these colours. Possibly got some white in them, many of them. So and that's why I think they're kind of pastel colours, apart from Fly, which is quite different with its granulation there. So there we have the Misty Garden set from Deep Light. And yeah, my verdict is creamy, very opaque and very pretty. So there we are. I've got one more thing to show you, and it is my latest purchase. So I will bring that up next. I have something new and I love it, and it is this 6-drawer what would you call it, pencil holder, I suppose, but it's got 6 drawers in it. And I used to keep all of my pencils, coloured pencils, in this that swings round, but I've now put some brushes, scissors, craft knife, bits and pieces in there to tidy them up a little bit more. I love the fact that it's got this lip on it and that I can put things on the top. So you can see I've got another brush holder here. I've got a little tin there that's got hand cream in. I've got my fine mister. I've got a brush holder and my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. But the pièce de résistance is these 6 drawers. And if I pull the bottom one out, I hope that you can see you've got a divider here. You've got a divider here and here. So you've got a smaller section there. And then you've got another divider here. So you've basically got 1, 2, a small one, 3, 4 sections with this small one in the middle. So I have put all of my greys, whites and greens in the bottom. In the next drawer I've got all of my browns and a couple of blacks in the middle section, and you can see I've got space. Then in the next drawer I've got blues carrying on over into here, still some space. A lot of my pencils are in like folding pencil cases for me to take out, so this is just some of my selection. This is a little folding ruler, which is quite handy, and I'm forever losing it, so that's in the centre there. Then on this one I have got pinks, reds, purples. Not so many of those because I don't use those colours that much, but I've also got this much smaller brush holder. This is a little holder for one brush, and I've got this. I've also got my putty rubber, I think that's what you call them, or kneadable eraser. And then I've got my mask away, and I've got some white, or well, they're actually more clear wax crayons to do wax resist. In the next one, I've got yellows, oranges, and I think I've got some buff titanium in there. Another little ruler. I've got this letter opener, which is quite handy if you're using watercolour blocks. I've got this little palette knife that might be useful. And then here I've got some, what are these? Blenders and burnishers to go with the coloured pencils. And then right at the top, I have got lots of different fine liners. Some of them are brush pens, and then I've got my gold and silver pens in here. I've also got these little holders for when your coloured pencil or pencil gets too small to use. So I've got a few of those in there. But you can see that I still have space. And look how neat and tidy that is. I think it's wonderful. Yes, from Meeden. So this is just, I bought this myself. I'm not, you know, it's not sponsored in any way, but I just wanted to share this with you because it is fantastic. I will put the link below.